Hey everybody, it's Cyborg. I have Temp, and this is Injustice, Year 3, Issue 5. The reason why I'm smiling is because I think we both have something to smile about. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, quickly, if you guys are following the series, hey, come check us out on Facebook. We have a closed group. Search the closed group. Ask to join the closed group, and I will definitely accept you there, and that way you can join the discussion. We got several people that post daily, so good, fun little group that we got going there. So definitely do that. Like, subscribe, share, all the typical stuff. But let's jump right into it. If you haven't seen the previous videos, definitely go check those out first. Don't get spoiled, but we're doing the entire series, one issue a day, 73 days straight, yada, yada, yada. Here we are. Okay. So, Year 3, Issue 5. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So, the chapter starts off. We're in Gotham. We're right where we left off, so no time skipped at all. And we have Constantine. He is being held up against a wall. Superman is threatening to kill him, essentially. And then Captain Marvel steps in, and he basically tries to talk Superman down. And Sinestro, of all people, actually also talks Superman down. Essentially says, you know, if we want to extract information on where our friends are being hidden, then we need them alive, because Ragman is not alive anymore. And Constantine was trying to play it off like Ragman was the ringleader in all of this, and that he knows nothing. They don't tell him anything. He's just a part of this whole play.
You gotta give him credit.
No,
He's got massive giant balls, dude. It's crazy.
He does it all with pure confidence, too. That's the greatest part. He doesn't ever back down. He doesn't ever flinch. He's just like, I'm dead. You think they tell me anything? Ragman was the ringleader, and you just, like, obliterated him.
Which is funny if you just try to picture it.
Yes, Ragman orchestrated all of this. So that's a great moment. Superman agrees, and then says sorry to Billy for, kind of freaking out, and says, you know what, he's right. And he tells Billy to bring him to the Hall of Justice, because he doesn't trust anybody else to do it, because they all pretty much want to kill Constantine. So, even though Sinestro just said he does not want to kill Constantine, at least not yet. So, but yeah. Anyways, as we're flying with the Spectre and the rest, we get this great moment where he says something is watching us, and Superman asks, what is it? Spectre says, I'm not sure, I can't see it. And then awesome visual of Deadman just flying right through them. He flies right through Superman, moves all the way to Billy, or Captain Marvel, goes right into Billy. So a great moment as Captain Marvel's carrying him, and he says, hello, John. And Constantine says, huh? And he says, it's me, Boston Brand. Deadman? Clarion, which I made sure to write down his name this time, so that way we did not forget that.
Same fucking shit.
Because it's horrible that we cannot remember this guy's name, so made sure to put it down this time, so that way we don't make that mistake anymore. I feel bad if there's any fans of this character that's like, it's Clarion, for God's sakes, remember this character's name. It's not that difficult. I'm sorry, okay?
It's actually very difficult.
It is
I know
very
from
difficult.
Experience.
Like, I remember everyone else's name for the most part, but Clarion I did not know prior to this series. Like, I at least I don't remember him, so it's difficult to remember that name. But yeah, so we got Clarion. He said Clarion contacted Deadman and told him that he might be in trouble, and though truth be told, he didn't need to. Batman's had me spying on you for a week, which I thought was great, because that's so Batman-like, like just always watching everyone.
Yeah, I like that, because when I heard that Constantine was quote-unquote working independently, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No.
So, can't get away with that, and he goes, what is this? And I love that Deadman essentially just drops him out of the sky, and he falls into a giant Zatanna hat, and he gets teleported away. So that was a really cool visual. Fun magic that Zatanna does. So Superman's immediately alarmed, and he's going, what's going on? What happened? Captain Marvel's trying to play it off like, he just, for some reason, got, ripped away from him. But then he starts having an internal struggle, which is another cool moment here, where Deadman is inside Billy's mind, or inside Captain Marvel's mind, talking to Billy Batson. and they have a little back and forth. Billy is not happy that Deadman's in him. He wants him to leave Captain Marvel's body, and Deadman essentially just says, "Look, I just want to talk to the Spectre. I want to talk some sense into Jim Corrigan and kind of figure out what the heck is going on here, why he's doing all this, why he's siding with Superman." What we're all wondering, obviously, as if we haven't made that clear. And Billy just says no, and then he doesn't have it, and he starts freaking out, which causes Deadman to, or essentially he gets control of Shazam's body enough to yell Shazam. He turns into Billy Batson. Spectre catches him. Spectre immediately knows something's going on, that there's another mind in there. Superman counters back, which is pretty clever. He says, yeah, Billy and Shazam are two separate, and then he says, no, there's 3 minds in there. And he pulls him out. He pulls Deadman out. And then this all is important. So I'm going to kind of read this word for word because I don't want to paraphrase it because that would not do it. Or it would just get confusing at that point. But he says, come out. So Deadman is pulled out. Spectre says, what did you hope to gain here? Deadman says, I won't be sharing anything with you, Spectre. I want to talk to the man inside you. I want to talk to Jim Corrigan. Spectre just kind of stands there, doesn't say anything. Deadman just kind of like confused, and he says, is he even in there? And then he has a revelation, a very shocked look, and he says, you're not Jim Corrigan. Who are you? Who are you? And then we just see Spectre smiling. Yes. So immediately, how relieved were you? Are you okay with this? What are you thinking? Because this,
this is.
I was smiling. Better. I was smiling just as much as Spectre's smiling right now. I was like, first of all, Temp's gonna love this because this basically, this makes the character not. This isn't like character sabotage in the sense that we're like, if you've watched our previous episodes, you know that Temp and I were both not happy with what Spectre's been doing. I've tried to come up with as many reasons as I could think of why Spectre would be acting like this. Temp has just been saying on and off the episodes that this is not what this is not what the character would do. This is not how the character would act, and well, this isn't the character. Like this is Spectre, but clearly there's another person running Spectre right now. There's another soul in there, and by the smile, are we thinking the Joker?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were pretty much telling us in the previous issues, I think 2 issues ago, that the Joker's coming back. And I was like, yes. How the fuck are they going to bring the Joker back without it being completely stupid? And, okay, first of all, 3 things. First of all, I don't know if the writer's listening to this, but if you are, Mr. Writer...
Mr. Tom Taylor.
Tom Taylor, yes. I'm sorry I doubted you. This was really smart. Everything else was smart. I don't know why I didn't think this would be smart.
Yes.
But this is really smart. It's smart in 2 ways. A, it's a good use of the Spectre. Because the Spectre can, inhabit multiple characters. Now he's using a different character, so that was brilliant. It's also smart because if it is the Joker, it was a great way to bring him back into the series that did not feel contrived. He's still technically dead.
Yes.
And he's playing Superman. So Joker, in many ways, is the baseline of the Injustice saga. He caused everything. Yeah.
I also love that the Spectre has been sucking Superman's dick this entire time. And if it turns out to be the Joker, how fucking ironic and great of a character moment is that? That, like you said, Joker set all this into motion. Joker is what led to Lois dying and Metropolis being blown up and millions of lives being lost. Led to Superman going absolute mad and crazy. Superman kills the Joker. Joker returns as Spectre and is just like playing him like a fiddle. Yes, Mr. Superman. I love you, Mr. Superman. How can I help you, Mr. Superman? Anything for you, Superman. Superman, wait. Did you fall and scuff your knee, Superman? Let me kiss that and make it better, Superman. And if that's the Joker the whole time, this all makes 100% sense because Joker is that type of character that would ham it up like that and do it all just to mess with somebody because of the big reveal in the end that when Superman finally finds out, it's all for a laugh. So, if that's where we're going with this, holy crap, what a twist. Because I did not expect that at all. Neither of us did. And we've just been kind of like glum, like, ah, man, like this comic series is great, but man, this is kind of like, this is hitting like a point where it kind of sucks, because I know you're, as you said, Spectre's one is your favorite character these days. I like the character.
He's my favorite DC character, just because I have so much knowledge of the character from the 90s. So, well, I mean, stacking a third point on top of that, this is just really good storytelling. If it was bad storytelling, the Spectre would have just been like, haha, but it was me, the Joker.
Yeah.
Look how much information they communicated from just a panel with no dialogue. Immediately, you and I both thought the Joker. That is extremely powerful storytelling.
I also love that I don't think anybody else saw this, and I don't think any, like, we're going to continue on in the next chapter, but I love how this is played off. So let's just move on to the next chapter, because it continues being good and great. It's better than good. It's tremendous right now. And then, okay, so Deadman immediately counters back. What's inside you? What have you done with Jim Corrigan? Who are you? Meanwhile, Spectre's still just with that cheesy-ass smile on his face. And then Deadman, tell me! He's freaking out. And then everyone else is... Because Spectre has his back turned to everyone else. Everyone says, what is it? And then Spectre immediately just, it's nothing. A ghost. Pulls out a sword. A phantom who forgot to fade. And then he basically slices Deadman in half, going diagonally down from his shoulder through his chest to his side. Cut. Yeah. So he's essentially cut in half, but he's holding his pieces together, obviously, because he's a spirit, so to speak. Spectre says, I will help him along his way. And then Deadman is freaking out, and he needs to get the hell out of there. Spectre says, go, disappear into darkness. It's time for you to die, little Deadman. And then Deadman takes off, and that's where we leave that little scene. Tremendous scene. I love, if, like I said, if this is the Joker in the end, he plays it off well. He's playing everyone else like a fiddle. He doesn't smile in front of them. He's all serious business, all mysterious Spectre in front of everyone else. Very cold-hearted, just doing what he's been doing. But man, is this... Oh man, I can't... Now, I'm just like glued to this. I want to know what happens next with the Spectre now, because...
It's a sigh of relief. Like,
we have been... Go ahead.
No, it's just perspective changing.
It teaches you a good lesson. Don't ever judge something till it's completely played out. And this is exactly what Redman was referring to, by the way.
He prophesized.
No, he said just wait, yeah. And before recording tonight, we were wondering what he meant by just wait. You were of the prediction that he would get his just due, and Spectre would get his butthole pushed in, basically. Yeah. I said that maybe like he's playing him or something. I did not expect this, but I was hoping that there would be an ends to a means. Luckily, I was more right than you in that regard. I
love to be wrong sometimes. Sometimes it's fantastic.
We were both, yeah. This is a tremendous. So, I mean, we don't know exactly if it is the Joker or what, but at least we know it's not Jim Corrigan. We know it's not as cut and dry as the Spectre's just gone mad with power, evil, loves the Superman for some reason. He's clearly not Jim Corrigan in there. So, anyways, carrying on, we move to the Tower of Fate. Constantine is licking his wounds, so to speak. He's talking to Batman and Zatanna as well. And nice moment where Batman... I'm stuck on... Oh my god, please tell me you have the panel where Zatanna shuts both of them up.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, she says, both of you, shut the hell up. Look at Batman's face. I did not notice that when I first...
No, I didn't. I still didn't notice until you said it, like, right now.
His eyes just like...
Even Constantine is just like...
He's like bugging out. Anyways, Zatanna tells him to shut up, talks some sense into him, and then lets him talk again. So, nice little moment for Zatanna and the bunch. So, Constantine basically says, you know what, we need to go to the Green and talk to the Swamp Thing. And that's exactly what they do. And I love how Batman tells Constantine we need to do this together from now on. And then Constantine says, all right, mate. And then you want to hold hands? So a little fun moment there. Swamp Thing shouts out, Constantine, you are wasting your time and mine. Whatever you seek, you will not find it here. And so they have a back and forth, but we cut it off right there, so we don't really get too invested there. We jump to the Himalayas, Honda Parbat, the home of the goddess, and Deadman says, Rama Kushna, help me, I am fading. And this leads to something tremendous as well that I did not see coming. Anyways, he essentially asks for her to help him, to heal him. She says, I'm sorry, Boston Brand, I cannot. There is nothing I can do. I cannot repair what the Spectre has broken. And then, there isn't much time. You have served well. Another will soon take your place. There must be balance. And then Deadman says, can I choose my successor? And she says, I already know your choice. It is a wise one. It restores balance. I will bring him here. Which is very true, very accurate. Cut back to Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing, long story short, because I'm not going to go through all their dialogue as well, but Swamp Thing, Constantine is trying to get Swamp Thing on their side and to take down Superman, but Swamp Thing essentially says Superman is doing more than any before him. He and Luthor have been harnessing wind and the sun for energy. They've stopped the humans tearing, digging, drilling into the earth and burning the green for power. So Constantine tries to get them to side with him as well as Batman, but Batman immediately knows after he asks him, and he says he won't, that he knows he's already sided with Superman. Constantine essentially says, I don't want you as an enemy, and Swamp Thing feels the same about Constantine. Neither of them want to fight each other, but if they cross each other, he will kill him. And he tells him, Swamp Thing tells Constantine, if you cross me, you're going to have to watch out for every plant, every blade of grass, every tree, Constantine says, all right, I'll make sure to look twice at every houseplant. So they walk away, and Constantine is of the opinion, he tells Batman that we're going to have to kill the Swamp Thing.
Which is weird. How does that work, even?
I don't think you can kill Swamp Thing, but I at least take him out of the fight, I suppose. But, yeah. That's a shame that Swamp Thing's on Team Superman. Once again, another cool character, just blinded by the light.
Yeah, but I get it with Swamp Thing.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
Jim Corrigan never made sense to me. You could make a case for it, but you need to really emphasize certain key points. It was Swamp Thing. I get it. From his perspective, I can see why that this is not his fight.
Sure, no, I'm with you on that. So it makes sense. So we cut back to Deadman as he's laying on the table. She's doing as much as she can, and he says, hey, kid. As soon as he say, hey, kid, and he looks up, and you just kind of see just like the side of their head. You can't really make out who it is. As soon as he hey, kid, I'm like thinking in my mind, who could it be? Who could it be? And the only person that really made sense was Nightwing. Did you think of that at all?
Well, I knew this going in.
Okay.
I already knew that eventually Dick Grayson was going to become Deadman. So
was this something spoiled for you?
It may have been, yeah.
Okay. Was this the one
actually, it was this was long before I think we were going to do the story segments. So I wasn't even treating it as a spoiler. I was thinking oh, that's badass. That's actually a really smart writing move. Gotcha. So I never really thought much of it. I've known this forever.
Okay. So he says, thank you for coming, knowing you'll be next. It's right. Are you in? Nightwing comes back. Are you in pain? And obviously they're leading up to this. They don't reveal quite who it is until the very end here. But Deadman says, no, that's not how I describe it. Take my hand. And Nightwing says, thank you for choosing me. It will be good to help again. And Deadman says, you were the only choice. Dick Grayson.
He looks
very
good.
Cool moment. Yeah, very badass moment. And the merging of Deadman and Dick Grayson, it looks fantastic. I would love this in Injustice 2, to be honest with you.
Well, I would now. I don't... Deadman is... I don't know if he's anyone's favorite character, so I could see, a true diehard, Deadman fan being, kind of rubbed wrong, but... Or maybe even, a hardcore Dick Grayson fan. I could see them being rubbed wrong, but yeah, no, I'm with you. If this was one of the 9 DLC, I'd be extremely happy.
Oh, yeah. I like Deadman. He's not top 10, top 15, top 20 DC characters, but I do like Deadman from what I have seen of him. I like I just like the character. I like the acrobatics. I like that he's a spirit that can possess other people. I think it's really interesting. So to see that merged with Dick Grayson, I think is really fascinating. So I'm excited to see what this character does. And I'm happy to see Dick Grayson back in the fold, to see what he actually does. So I'm just happy to have him back. He exited the comic relatively quickly, to be honest. So it'll be great to see him fighting pro Batman again.
I'd like to see some closure between him and Damian, too.
Yeah, that's true. So,
I mean, closure might be the wrong word, 'cause I don't know what their interaction is going to be like, if they even...
Sure.
I guess, I'd hope they interact, but that may not be in the cards. We don't know.
But I would like to see this character as DLC, too. I'm with you. Merging, you could have some abilities play off the moves of each character. I think that would be cool. Have some kind of, like, ghostly spirit type moves for the dead man aspects. Have a lot of acrobatics to represent both characters, and then have the staff to represent Dick with the eskrima sticks and all that too. So I think there's a lot of potential there as a character. Would be really cool. That's if he survives long enough for Injustice 2. We don't know what happens. I don't know what happens with him. But yeah. So that's where we leave off with this issue. Fantastic issue. Obviously a great revelation for both you and I with Spectre. We don't know where it's taken from here. It leaves off in a cliffhanger on whether it really is the Joker. What happens with Spectre? Where's Jim Corrigan in all this? Where is he, And yeah, seeing Nightwing interact with other characters and get some closure and some follow-up to that, definitely I'm excited for all of that.
Yeah, no, I'm such a good series, man. Such a good fucking series.
Definitely. So, I mean, there's nothing else to be said. We kind of talked about all the little intricacies as we went along, but fantastic revelations, fantastic setups, great cliffhangers. So this is pretty much everything you want in a very solid issue. Great twists that made us happy. Introducing of Swamp Thing, which is also great to see that character involved now in the mix. We got Deadman and Nightwing, stuff going on with that, and where does Nightwing go from here? So great setup, tremendous, solid issue. Nothing else can really be said. I think we're both looking forward to what happens next. Yeah.
Maybe the only other thing I would think to bring up is the artwork. The colors are really well done here.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you look at the first issue or the first part of the issue. The colors look so good.
Yeah.
And so on and so on. Like, yeah, that might be my final point on that.
I love the Deadman Nightwing look. Like, that bluish glow to everything just looks really, really badass.
The gray is a great color to complement other colors. It mixes really well with everything, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Black, blue, gray. Just looks fantastic. All right. Well, we'll end it there. Move on to the next issue here. So you guys take care. Tremendous. I can't wait what happens next. I am on the edge of my seat. This is fantastic. All right. See you guys later. Smile on my face.
Peace out, everybody.